up in a family system where they have had their reality was compromised, where they not get a chance to be themselves. The second thing is that we're going to be talking about the image. Now, what happens in the family systems is that the child, they loses their own sense of self. Right? Then we're going to be talking about the lost child. The lost child is as in like. Hi, I'm Anika and I'm a trauma-informed therapist working at Trauma Release and Wellness Center. This video will be talking about family systems and how it influences your shape, your individuality, and your image. So we're going to be first talking about individuality. So when people grow up in a family system where they have had their reality was compromised, where they not get a chance to be themselves, where they might have had a rageaholic father, an absent mother, and any of these things that contributed to them to not have their own, and as a result they started living their life with a false sense of self. Now this false sense of self starts making decisions which is not true to their authentic self of what they really want from life or how they want to go about it. This as a result causes them to feel more and more away from their real self, impacts their relationship with their true selves, and they feel it also results in a lot of concerns such as eating disorders, self-esteem concerns, enmeshment between them, their parents, other family members. They end up living in family roles that they do not even want to be a part of. So when we talk about individuality, we all have a public self as well as a private self. But when we grow up in family systems where we did not have that acceptance, that safe space to be who we really are or who we want to become, that private self as well as the public self gets compromised. The thing is that when the individuality gets compromised, or if you live in high anxiety environments, the parents' anxiety, the child's anxiety, they all start living into it and they start searching for those things in their real life as well. The second thing is that we're going to be talking about the image. Now what happens in the family systems is that the child, they loses their own sense of self, right? So they create an image that is in the extension of their parent. So what happens is the parent wants them to be who they are. If a father was only allowed to show anger in the house, that means other kids did not even get a chance to express their emotions or they were not accepted for it. A lot of difficulties in their sense of self, in their sense of image, in how they wish to be, and then how they wish to be seen into the world. The last thing we're going to be addressing is the concept of shame. Shame is like how your most ignorant, darkest parts of yourself has rejected itself, has shown a sense of neglect or created feelings of unworthiness, non-acceptance, and you rejected bits and parts of yourself, so you are afraid to look yourself in the eye. When this happens, or you grow up with a sense of unworthiness, you start compensating it in things that are outside. For example, you try to compensate a sense of self or a sense of image through means of materialistic things. For example, it could be cars, it could be jewelry, it could be seeking out love in not really lovable places. All of this really keeps adding to our difficulties and struggles, keep adding to our compromised sense of self. And because of these disturbed family dynamics, we also end up becoming a disturbed self. Now we're going to be talking a bit about the family roles. What happens in family systems is that the parents don't exactly embody what they preach. They tell you what you want to be, what is accepted in the family, but they might be doing the opposite of it. This creates a sense of confusion in the child, and as they grow up, since they haven't seen what was being taught, they're not able to create a sense of safety in the home, in themselves, or in the outer world. We all have a set of family roles that we end up adopting, whether we want to or we don't want to. For example, there could be the perfect child, like the perfect daughter in our family, who has to be the child who gets all the grades, the hero of the family, who has to keep the reputation of the family intact. To feel that sense of acceptance, she does all of that is needed to be, and as a result, she starts creating a distance between what she wants to be and who she really is. Then we're going to be talking about the lost child. The lost child isn't like when he doesn't understand that his reality is being accepted, when he understands that his true sense of self is being given the attention it really deserves, it starts seeking solace within themselves, and as a result, it starts spacing out. This is how we become the lost child. And these roles are not just there in the family systems, but we also play these roles in the real life, in our schools, in our universities, at our job places. The third role is the scapegoat. Now, the scapegoat is a child or the individual who has been blamed for everything that goes remotely wrong in the family. So people target him out, they sideline this child, and when he's always blamed for it, he starts fulfilling that self-fulfilling prophecy in his other roles as well. So if you identify yourself in any of these roles, you might be acting out of a need to fulfill an unmet need. It could be of acceptance, it could be of connection, it could be of anything that you feel like might bring you closer to what you really seek from your life, from your own self. Because of this, like the hero, the scapegoat, the persecutor, the lost child, they feel like they might have to play these roles because these are internalized in their younger years. When a child is born, when a child is young, they can see the world in like a specific focus point. They start thinking that whatever their parents are doing, it is their fault. So when they start living like this, when they start blaming themselves, this component of shame gets stronger and stronger until they start making it their armor in hopes to protect themselves, in hopes to feel safe. But as they grow older, they realize that these safety mechanisms or these protective factors are no longer serving them. It's causing more and more discomfort, more and more struggle within themselves. And they might want to work on them, they might want to outgrow them, they might have to see what is no longer serving us. We have to let go of it. And when that happens, internal work starts taking place. Internal work starts taking place. We try to identify what is needed on this part, what of it do we have to let go, what new learning do we need to incorporate, and what old stuff we have to unlearn. We talked about or we discussed family systems, in which we talked about how it impacts your image, your individuality. We talked about family roles. So if you feel like you connected or you resonated with any of that, and you want to work on it for your own betterment, for you to living a better sense of life, a better standard of living, you can try seeking out trauma-informed therapists who can help you. We'll be dropping our address in the description box.